Hey friends, this is the MrsVolfie from our Half Acre Homestead, and I'm making a quilt for our wedding anniversary pig roast. This is the quilt top my Aunt Jane made. I'm going to quilt it, but I'm going to try out my Grace quilting frame. But guess what, folks? I have no idea how it works, so I'm going to be playing it by ear. Or by thimble. Okay, folks, so I have, these are called leader cloths. And what they are is, what you do is you pin all 3 layers to these cloths. You can't see the other one, it's in the back. So this is for all 3 layers. I'm going to be putting some more pins in. Thank you very much to my friend Frankie for sending me these bent quilt pins. It will make it so much easier for when I'm tacking layers together. Thank you so much, Frankie. So I'm going to pin the backing on here, and the top and the batting on here, and then all 3 on here. But first I have to roll the backing up, and the batting and the top. So let's get on that. This is the rail for the backing. Folks, I don't know what I'm doing, okay? This was secondhand and came with no instructions. But I've watched a few videos, and I haven't seen a video on this necessarily, this particular model, but I'm figuring it out as I go along. I don't recommend you buying secondhand quilt frames that, unless you know what you're getting into. If it's not absolute perfect, it's fine as long as it lines up perfectly with the rest of your layers. All right, you grab that end. We're going to drape this over top here. Okay, and now, that's why it needs to be stapled. It needs to be stapled, folks,
so we gotta find the
unless
staple gun.
I roll it. No, it doesn't matter, I think, which way you roll it, as long as you roll all 3.
Well, it has to roll with your locks, though.
Take the lock, undo the lock, dear. There we go. Now give this a tug. Okay, so we got it rolled up. And I'm just going to continue to roll it up until this drops down here. I'm going to lock this. So that when we do all 3 layers, it's a little bit crooked, but you know what? I didn't measure. And this is a sheet too. It's going to be a bit crowded. The batting goes in between the back and the top. So the batting has to go next. Okay, this is the top and the batting, and we're just rolling it up on the back rail, and then we give a little tug every once in a while. All right, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to roll this up, and then we're going to put all 3 layers together. All I'm doing, folks, is Daddy and I found an old desk stapler, really old, a heavy one. And we just stapled this leader cloth in place. And I'm just going to go along here and tack my layers. This is neither a perfectly straight quilt, darn close, but not, nor have I set this up properly. I'm still learning. But like I said, you learn along with me. Now you want your pins to run parallel to your rails. Why? Because if you have them this way, it's going to skew your fabric when you put tension on it. All right, I'm going to go along here and try and straighten this down. Again, this sheet is not, but I mean, this is all going to be trimmed, okay? Because I'm not going to be able to bind this edge. I just don't have the time or the patience or the hands for it. Okay, so once I have this all pinned, I'm just going to be able to roll it. It'll lock into place, and then when I want to loosen it, I just let these 2 things go, these 2 pins, and then I roll it to where I want it, and then I tighten it back up again. So I'm going to get this a little better organized, and we'll see you when I'm quilting. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to do this at some point, But right now, this, I'm gonna say I did a pretty good job. So now I'm gonna flip these and I'm just gonna roll this. See how this rolls, folks? Until it's where I want it. And I'll lock that back into place like that. Click, click. And what this does is it layers it as you go. So there, it will constantly unroll onto the backing so you have a smooth, finished workspace. This is the Mrs. Volfie from our half-acre homestead saying another quilt is on the new frame. I just got to figure out how to work it. Take care, God bless.